You know, I find it quite funny that apparently when this movie was made, Zack Snyder showed it to executives at Warner Bros. And they said, no, this is unwatchable, that they said. And they said, we want Joss Whedon to come in here with 80 new pages of script and we want this thing to be Avengers lighthearted, family friendly. Due to certain things that happened in Zack Snyder's life, he had to leave the set. So the studio was like, all right, Danny Elfman, come in here. Joss Whedon, come on in. You're the new director. And we got 2017 Joss Whedon Justice League. And I reviewed that movie, and I said in that review I was disappointed. Well, 2021, guys, we are finally here to talk about the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder's Justice League, which stars Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and Ray Fisher, and is about Zack Snyder's definitive director's cut of Justice League. Determined to ensure Superman's ultimate sacrifice was not in vain, Bruce Wayne aligns forces with Diane Prince with plans to recruit a team of metahumans to protect the world from an approaching threat. Gonna go ahead and say this is a spoiler-free zone, no spoilers whatsoever. The movie is being released on HBO Max this Thursday, March 18th. I was pleasantly surprised to get a screener for this movie, and I have seen this 4-hour epic superhero movie finally come to life after years of people talking about this movie, people disagreeing. The Snyder Cut's not real, it's fake, this is the Justice League movie, they said this is the better version, yada yada yada. No, Zack Snyder said, there is a version out there. It's my version. It's my movie. And we're finally here. After all these years, we're finally here. And I am pleasantly surprised to tell you that I will never watch the theatrical version. Instead, I will always watch this version. Now, starting with the positives, there is so much to talk about this movie. Like I said, it's 4 hours long, so I'm not going to be able to talk about everything, especially with no spoilers. I can barely say a word, honestly. So I'm just going to say this. If you are a fan of the Justice League movie that we got, that's cool. But if you're not, and you wanted Zack Snyder's version, here you go. Because this movie is 100% different. I mean, yes, there is the same action sequences, there's same story points basically from that movie, but really, like truly, it's a different movie from beginning to end with way more than I thought that they were gonna like show and what they were going for. Like, I figured it was gonna feel like Batman vs Superman's Ultimate Cut. I thought it was gonna be something of sorts. I mean, it's that and beyond. It's a 4-hour epic superhero film. Zack Snyder's direction just felt right. Seeing his dark tones, his oversaturation filmmaking, it worked for this world. And I'm talking about this world of the DC universe. It just feels like a sequel to Man of Steel, especially Batman vs Superman. The Justice movie we got felt like a superheroes coming together Avengers type movie with not enough character development. This movie make sure we get character development, because that was my big issue with that original movie. My biggest issue was like, hey, Cyborg, what the heck was he? Like, I don't give a fuck about him. Guys, Cyborg might have just stole the entire 4-hour movie. I'm talking about character development. We get an entire section of movie that I am like, Cyborg, where's his movie? Ray Fisher as Cyborg deserves so much more credit now. He is fantastic in this movie, and I loved everything they did with him. Now Batman, Ben Affleck. Listen, I don't know what the future holds for Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm guessing he's done. But after this movie, all I can say is I don't want him to be gone. Again, I can't spoil it, but I will say everything they did with Batman, I loved, honestly. It felt right in this world building that Zack Snyder was building with Batman, especially those nightmare sequences, which again, no spoilers, but I heard I want a Nightmare series. Like I want a mini movie or a mini series. Like I don't know. Just give me more nightmare scenes like we got in this movie, and I'll give it 2 thumbs up because everything with Batman and nightmare scenes was fucking awesome. And like I mean awesome. I could see people though say felt kind of pointless, certain scenes, especially with a certain actor coming back in the role. Again, not gonna spoil the movie because I know a lot of people are just trying to stay away from spoilers. But there is someone that we see in these scenes, and I can see people saying this feels kind of pointless, or this character just like why is he here? For me, as a fan, I was like, this is freaking awesome. Then, of course, Wonder Woman and Aquaman and Flash are all excellent. They're all 3 awesome. We do get more development with all 3 of them. Flash especially, Jason Momoa, he didn't feel like a badass like I said in the original Justice League review. I said in that review, he feels like a badass, but he doesn't feel like an actual character badass. We need development. This movie gives it to Aquaman, which was kind of shocking, even though I did forget this movie technically is before Aquaman, especially before seeing it. So seeing Aquaman for the first time in this movie, in the universe, you could say, they give him development enough to make him a badass and a good character. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, she's great in the role. Good character development, everything I love with her. Flash, we get more with him. And I know a lot of people are talking about Ezra Miller right now and how his future holds and how he's gonna be the Flash because they're making a Flash movie. But for this movie, he's really funny, he's really cool. I really like Ezra Miller as the Flash, especially in this movie. So now talking about Superman is going to be very hard. I will say this. I loved every single thing they did with Superman, and it makes me very sad that if Henry Cavill does not come back as Superman, because after this, I want more, and I want Zack Snyder to do Man of Steel 2 like now, because everything they said with him was awesome, and I loved what they did with him, and by the end of it, I'm like, more Henry Cavill, please. Now, another issue I had with the original movie that in this movie just feels way more fleshed out is the villain Steppenwolf. He has a different look with armor like we saw in the trailer, but his villain to me was awful in the original Justice League, just awful. This movie gives the time and effort into this villain and gives him the motivation that we're like, thank you, Steppenwolf. But really, after watching it, I still feel Steppenwolf isn't as big as Darkseid, which we do get to see in this movie. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I need more. Now, in all honesty, this movie isn't a perfect movie. My big issue, if I had to say anything, is I personally felt this runtime. I've seen a few people say it goes right by. I felt this 4-hour runtime. I can't lie. I mean, there is so much to compact. I mean, there is stuff that they're setting up for movies that I don't even know if are gonna happen. So again, there are times I'm sitting there like, so are we getting a Justice League Part 2? Is Zack Snyder making Man of Steel 2? Is he making Batman, Ben Affleck come back? Like, what is next? And that is not, it's not an issue. Well, I say this because I feel like it's an issue just for the world itself, not an issue for this movie. But again, watching this movie, I feel like there's some moments where I'm like, is this fan service or is this moments setting up for a sequel that we might not get? I don't know. So besides those scenes and the long, very impactful 4-hour runtime, I think fans of just the DC universe are going to love this movie. I don't know how the general audience is going to react to this movie, but fans like me and a lot of you guys are going to really like this movie. It delivers on a lot of things that we wanted to see, and way more. Like I said, guys, this movie is not the theatrical version. Forget that version. Like, F that version. There's a reason why Christopher Nolan told Zack Snyder, don't watch that movie. This movie felt like Zack Snyder's baby. This was the movie that is dedicated to his daughter. This is the movie he wanted. And for me, just watching it come to life after rumors, after years, it was everything I wanted and more. I have a few issues just with the runtime and certain scenes and questions about the future of this movie series. Like, I want to know what's happening with the DC Universe. I don't know, but all I know is Zack Snyder's Justice League is a must-see for all superhero fans, and you need to watch it on the biggest screen possible, not like me watching on my regular TV. This is a must-see. I'm gonna give Zack Snyder's Justice League an A-. I did my very best not talking spoilers. Again, guys, there's so much to compact in one review and not being spoiler. It was really hard to do, but all I can say is go and watch it this Thursday. I hope all of you enjoy it and get a big bucket of popcorn, because I'm telling you, 4 hours long. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone!